Let me start with the fact that I went from a lazy, weed-addicted, skinny loser virgin to a guy who makes 10k per month and works hard and is locked in and is disciplined and has a great physique and has girls without any fucking problem. The difference between the guy making 5k per month and the guy making 50k per month is obviously the money, is obviously his income, and it's his money-making abilities, but they don't really have different systems. The difference is in their identity. The guy who is making 5k per month probably sees himself as the guy who is trying to make 50k per month, who is on his journey to 50k per month, who is chasing it. The guy who makes 50k per month is just fucking making it, right? He just is the guy who makes 50k per month. So your income and your circumstances and the position in your life will always depend on who you are and your identity. And so today I will give you the 5 steps to completely change your identity so you can become a new person who is actually making the money, actually going after his dreams, and you are not stuck with your current self. Now let me start with a little story. I already kind of explained it, but when I was 16, 17 years old, I was a skinny virgin. I had no discipline. I was just playing League of Legends and smoking weed, and I was a fucking loser and I was depressed. But I had a dream of actually making money, becoming rich and all that stuff. And so now I am making 10k per month. I'm confident, I'm checked, I'm disciplined, I'm working on my dreams. I don't smoke weed, I don't drink and all these things. And how did I get there? It's not by trying to stop smoking weed. I didn't try to stop drinking. I just became a person who doesn't do it. I learned how to switch my identity based on anything I want to achieve, any goal I want to achieve. So for example, in 2025, I was the type of guy who was like, yeah, work just 3 to 4 hours a day and still make money because business should give you freedom. And I agree with that, and I did it. So it is very possible. I was working maybe 3 to 4 hours a day. I graduated high school last year. Actually, almost a year ago, not even a year ago. I graduated high school. Then I was like, okay, now is the time to actually enjoy my life. I don't have school. I don't have to work as hard. I'm not 8 hours in school. So I can just do the business 3 to 4 hours a day and enjoy my life for the first time in my life. I can actually enjoy the money. So I did it. I was working maybe 3 to 4 hours a day, just making content. And yeah, I still made 10k per month. But I always knew that I want to make more, right? And by the end of 2025, I was still making just 10k per month. But I want to make way more out. This year I want to make 100k per month. And so I realized that if I want to make 100k per month, I need to become the person who is making 100k per month. Now, if we reverse engineer it, what this guy does, what this 100k per month version of me does, well, he probably works hard, he is disciplined, he works way more than just 3 to 4 hours a day, probably. He doesn't have the bad habits, he doesn't really go out every single day, he doesn't drink, he doesn't do any of that. He just works and he's locked in, and that's how he made the 100k per month. And so instead of trying to get rid of my bad habits, instead of trying to stop drinking, trying to stop, going out with friends and trying to do all of this, I just became a person. I just switched my identity to the version of myself who is already making 100k per month. And yeah, it sounds delusional and you have to be a little delusional, but at the end of the day, if you actually achieve it, then it wasn't really delusional, right? It's kind of like if you have a fat person who is just overweight and he's trying to lose weight. He wants to become fit, he wants to lose weight. And he's just a person who is trying to go to the gym. He's a person who is trying to be disciplined and trying to lose the weight. Probably he will keep doing that for a month. Maybe that's why all the New Year's resolutions right now, by the end of January, they're already gone, bro. Like 80, maybe even 90% of people who made their New Year's resolution are not even doing it right now. That's because they are just trying. They are trying to do it. But if you just become a person who does it, and if you accept it as your identity, then you just do it automatically. So you don't even need a discipline because there's a person who does it. So I hope it makes sense. Now, here are the actual 5 steps to help you completely change your identity. I will explain why and how it works and how you can do it. So the first one is your clothes, right? And as ridiculous as it sounds, your clothes actually matter a lot. Because imagine right now, imagine you're naked, right? And then imagine if you would take on your 9-to-5 uniform. For example, when I was working in a supermarket, I was wearing a red shirt, a red t-shirt. If I would take on this red t-shirt that I was wearing in my 9-to-5, how would I feel? Well, I would probably feel like an employee because it was my employee uniform, right? It was a fucking t-shirt I was wearing in a supermarket when I was stocking the shelves in there. And so if you take on these clothes, you will probably feel like an employee. You will have the identity of an employee, at least a little bit. Now, imagine you take on a suit, right? You go into some function, you take a nice suit, nice white shirt, a suit, you're just dressed up really well. How do you feel? Well, probably you feel nice. You feel like you're looking good. You feel like a fucking mafia boss or whatever. You feel like a businessman because the clothes just gives you the identity. For example, when I wear clothes that I was wearing 2 years ago when I was a fucking stoner and loser, I feel the old identity creeping back because basically your identity is attached to memories, right? So if you wear something that you've been wearing 2 years ago, you will probably feel the same way, or at least a similar way, right? You will get the flashbacks, you will recall your memory, and you will feel like the person. So when I would wear something that I was wearing 2 years ago when I was a skinny, weed addicted loser, I would probably feel like that at least a little bit as well. My self-esteem would go down and my identity would just creep back. So if you want to drastically change your identity right now, I would recommend you to just change your wardrobe. Just buy new clothes, buy some cool clothes that you actually like, that you actually want to wear, that is something different that you are wearing right now. Because if you keep wearing the same stuff every single day, you will just feel like your old identity. That's how you become a kind of a new person. It's like a new skin, bro, like a new skin in Fortnite, bro. Now the second point, the very important one, is your environment. It's the exact same as clothes. If your environment is still the same as when you were a loser or as right now, then obviously it's very hard to change, right? So what I would recommend you to do is go on a trip, or just move out of your fucking hometown. If you cannot do it, at least in your room, change some things in your room. Don't make your room look the same as it looks right now. Change some things, make it look a little bit different. Because again, new environment creates new identity. That's, by the way, why I'm going to Thailand in a month. I'm going to Thailand for 2 months to change my identity at least a little bit, to be in a new environment, because it will give me a new vibe, new energy. I will feel completely different than right now here, because old environment equals old identity, because again, it's about the memory, it's about how you feel. Imagine all the stories and all the emotions you felt in this environment. So if you just stay in that environment, you will just feel the same kind of emotions. You will be just stuck in the same loop. By the way, that's why when boomers visit school, maybe they go pick you up from school, they say, yeah, I feel young again. I feel like a student again. Because it's the fucking environment, because it just reminds them of the old identity of when they were students. It's all about memory. The third thing, extremely important, and you probably heard this millions of times, is the people that you speak to. So you heard it, that you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with, or equivalent to that is that you are the average of the 5 creators whose content you consume online, right? So if you still keep watching fucking streamers play video games or doing dumb shit, or if you just still keep talking to your old friends who are doing all the bad habits, or degenerate, who are drinking and going to clubs, or who are just losers playing video games, do you think you will change? Do you think it will be easy for you to change? Probably not. You can do it, but you cannot really take them with you. Maybe some of them you can take them with you, but most of them will just drag you down to your old identity, because they will want to do the bad habits with you. If you watch the streamers playing video games, what will you want to do? Well, you will want to play video games because it influences you, right? So what I would recommend you to do is change the creators who you are watching. Start watching some creators who are actually productive, who achieve their goals, who are working on themselves, and just have some positive influence, and either find new friends or just be alone. Like, it's hard, but just be alone. Just cut out some friends, I did it as well. Like, some of my friends actually are still with me because they changed as well and they want to improve themselves as well. But the rest of them, they would just drag me down. So I just no longer talk to them, because if your friends drag you down, they're not really your friends, right? Like, your friends should grow with you, or at least support you. The fourth thing is habits. So this is a big one, because you have your old habits, right? For example, smoking weed, or playing video games, or jerking off, whatever. These are all fucking habits. And your identity, the definition of your identity, is your habits stacked over time. The thing that you are doing every single day, or on a regular basis, maybe every single week, are creating your identity over time. You are your habits. So if you want new identity, of course you should get rid of the old habits. So don't play fucking video games, don't jerk off, don't scroll reels, of course. But then it's kind of hard to just stop doing it, because then you would be bored, right? Like, if you just stop doing all these things, now you are bored, you have nothing to do. So what you should do instead is start new habits. Start hitting the gym, start reading, start going on walks every single day, start working on your dreams, start watching podcasts, start meditating, start journaling, whatever that you like doing, whatever that you think can be actually helpful for you. Start at least 3 to 5 new habits, just to fill out the time, just to have something to do. And I promise to you, if you go from playing video games to now hitting the gym, obviously you will feel different. Obviously you will have a different identity, because the identity was a gamer playing video games. Now it's identity of someone who is going to the gym. And by the way, how you start going to the gym is not by forcing it. You don't stop playing video games by forcing yourself to stop playing video games. You just subconsciously have to brainwash yourself into becoming a person and saying to yourself every single day, I am a person who doesn't play video games. I am a person who goes to the gym every single day, or 4 times per week. You just have to brainwash yourself. With all of these 5 points that I'm mentioning, you still have to always brainwash yourself. I'm a person who does this. I'm a person who doesn't do this. So the 5th point is affirmation. I know it sounds corny. I know you maybe don't believe in the manifestation or whatever, but your brain just believes what you are saying, right? Your brain doesn't even know the difference between what you just think or what you say, if you mean it or not. Your brain doesn't know the difference between if you mean it or if it exists or not. So this is a complete cheat code, because you can literally just brainwash yourself into believing that you are a person who doesn't play video games. You're a person who goes to the gym. I actually realized that you can convince yourself to like certain colors or like certain things. For example, let's say you don't like yellow, right? Let's say you don't like the color yellow. Now, if you want to like yellow, how you do that is by just repeating to yourself, I like yellow every single day. I'm a person who likes yellow. And so then before that, if you would wear a yellow t-shirt, you would not feel comfortable with that, right? Because you don't like yellow, you don't like the shirt. But if you brainwash yourself into believing that you actually like yellow, you will start to like it. And so then when you will have the t-shirt, not only you will not care, but you will actually be happy for it because you will like yellow. So now it will be your fucking favorite t-shirt, bro. So stop saying I'm trying to stop playing video games. Stop saying I'm trying to hit the gym. Because if you're just trying, it means you're not there. If you're just trying to get there, you're not there yet. So what you should do instead is say to yourself, I am hitting the gym. I am a person who hits the gym 4 times per week. I'm a person who doesn't play video games. I'm a person who makes 10K per month. I'm a person who makes 20K per month. Now, what does this person do? Well, he works for it, right? So you have to believe it. You have to be it before you live it. You have to believe it within yourself and actually attach emotions into it. Imagine how it feels. Imagine how you are touching the money. Imagine how you are buying all the things. Imagine as you are hitting the gym every single day, how it feels, the pain and the reps. Imagine how you feel, actually visualize that and attach emotion into it. Words mean nothing without the emotion behind them, so you have to actually believe in it. I promise you, if you do this at least for 30 days, you will feel like a completely different person. If you do all of these 5 things, if you change your environment, if you wear new clothes, if you stop talking to your fucking loser friends, or if you watch new creators online, if you replace your old habits, and if you actually brainwash yourself with these affirmations, you will feel and you will literally be a completely new person, because you just cannot outperform your identity. You can maybe hold the discipline for a little bit, just as all the people who tried the New Year's resolutions, but then you will still fall back into your old habit. Discipline is not 100% reliable, right? So what works the best, what is the easiest way to do it, is by changing your identity to someone who does all of these things. And so then the results follow. Now, by the way, if you want to learn how to make 10K per month from your own online business, check out my other videos. I'm giving step-by-step blueprint on how exactly to do it. And I'm doing it myself, and I helped over 28 people do the exact same thing, so you can check out the other video. I hope this actually helped you. If you do this, I promise to you, you will feel like a completely new person. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.